My name is Alana Clifton-Cunningham. I studied fashion design in Newcastle in 1987, and then I went to UTS and studied the 4-year degree there from 1989 to 1992. At UTS, I guess what made the course attractive to me was that they offered quite a bit of textiles, and that was quite unique within the course. And the technical aspects were also quite strong as well. So to be a good fashion designer, you have to technically know how to, design and create the garments as well. And also knitting was a very integral part of the course as well. So, which is very important to me nowadays too. So the pieces that I create, I'm interested in creating what I refer to as body pieces. So I guess I'm moving away from sort of creating typical sort of garments and shapes, and I'm, enjoying sort of working with pieces that sort of still work on the body. They can also work with other garments, but they're also standalone pieces. So the work that I've been creating is mostly displayed in a gallery format, so rather than on a catwalk. And what I'm interested in is allowing people to look at the pieces, sort of the inside and also the outside, and question how they actually might work on the body, or the techniques that have actually been used. Because quite often they're not necessarily displayed on a mannequin, they're suspended, which is quite interesting because people aren't sure how it's actually meant to be worn, which is quite interesting. People have their own ideas of how they might actually put it on the body. So I like that sort of intrigue there when people do actually view the work. And they're not really sure how it should actually, be worn, or if it should be worn at all as well. So this particular piece, I was looking at patterning that formed identity on the body. So on the back of this piece, it's actually got sort of lots of baubles that have been knitted, and they actually form sort of like a little sort of arch pattern. I'm really attracted to knitting because I'm interested in that it's fashion, but it's also textile, so it crosses over between the two. What you actually knit can actually form and create a garment. So, you can actually sort of knit a shape and it becomes sort of a three-dimensional sort of form that can actually work on the body. The aspects of knit that I really enjoy working with is that it's quite textual and three-dimensional, so you can play with patterning and form and shape in different ways than you could actually with a flat piece of cloth. So, I love sort of sitting at the knitting machine and, tucking and creating these shapes that are then sort of put on a mannequin and start to develop and, see how they can sort of evolve into a garment. So that real tactile nature. And most of the work that I do create is wool, 100% Australian wool. And I love the fact that you can mould it and, manipulate it in all different types of ways. A lot of the work that I do create, I sort of have an element of mixed media with it, materials and timbers and things to form different shapes as well. So, the possibilities are endless really with what you can actually create through knitting.